Revolutions is very disappointing because it channels all of the creative energies into wrapping the trilogy up into a Campbellian archetypal hero's journey. Possibly this is the major problem of the first film, potentially made better by Reloaded in some respects, and then wounded by the cyclical insistence of Revolutions. One can still interpret Revolutions within some of the theoretical parameters which make Reloaded interesting. Those ideas aren't thrown out, but less emphasized, and drowned by the execution as well, quite frankly. No one really enjoys that Battle of Zion as anything more than the numbing of the senses, a predictable, comfortable blanket for people who have seen battle scenes before, and a disappointing trip down memory lane for any adults whose first scene ever witnessed was that Battle for Zion gruel. No major action sequence is worth much appraisal in this picture, and they are clearly trying. It isn't like a creative statement or anything. They want these action sequences to be considered exciting, quite clearly. Oh well, I appreciate that we were supposed to draw our own conclusions, but well, this isn't exactly End of Evangelion, or even Ghost in the Shell, or Blade Runner, or, well, the first film, or even Reloaded. I wanted them to piss people off for more interesting reasons than predictability and a more banal, ambiguous closure than they may consider it to be. The point is, go all out or play it safe. Don't play it safe and pretend you're going all out, because they aren't. Uncaptivating. I wish it were. If the original Matrix picture was Plato, Descartes, Aquinas, Kant, Kierkegaard, the sequel was Heidegger, Foucault, Derrida, Baudrillard, more so than in movie one is possible, or Deleuze. The third and final film ought to have been more an attempt to still confuse, but maybe perhaps enable a certain destabilization or disorienting effect. Think Hegel, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, Wittgenstein, or Levinas, the bridge between, rather than, let's say, Campbell, Rousseau, Jung, Sartre, Baha'u'llah. Feel free to offer your own opinions on where this trilogy went wrong and which philosophers it ought to have taken inspiration from instead, or where my analogies are wrong. That would be fun. Let me know if ever so inclined. That's the Matrix Revolutions. I want to ask more questions, but maybe the real question, the real profound mystery, is why does something feel not quite right when the film is apparently concluded? Maybe this non-creativity, this force-fielded brick-walled concluding work, is a metaphor for the metaphysical barriers of our human existence, and if so, all I have to say is I think you could have done a more interesting job with that idea if you worked on it for a few more years rather than filming it, presumably rushing it for back-to-back production and the release of 2003's Reloaded. That's my issue, I'd say. But I want to believe in this trilogy's genius, or at least creative enthusiasm, energy, excitement, and it may have dried up or not been truly channeled in the same entrancing way as the first film had. I don't feel the excitement of the creators. I suspect that they felt limitations they didn't want to admit and just convinced themselves that the conclusion was exciting or that people would like it. And I bet it wasn't as exciting to write. And maybe that was the fundamental issue with it. I'll propose that here. Thank you, anyone who viewed this upload.